So today it is, sorry, you're on my phone because I don't have a camera and it's right here. Just crack open the Red Bull to get started. Usually I will opt for a sugar-free Red Bull, but the coconut flavor edition is just a little too good. Okay, so if you don't know the backstory, got a lens, got a camera. I was in Oakland. I filmed a vlog the day all of my stuff was stolen, about 10,000 bucks worth. And I've made a few videos about it up until then, which you can go back and watch if you choose to. I primarily coach real estate agents on how to appear confident on camera, how to actually get, listings, and sales from YouTube content, from Instagram content. And I usually, again, before they stole my 12mm lens, my 16-35, and my 55mm f1.8. So I was able to get a decent deal on a used Sony F4 16-35. I didn't realize, but it does have a few internal specs, which I don't know if I can clean out or if there are micro scratches. They look like dust because the guy who used this lens, this 16-35 f4, he primarily shot cars. So I'm hoping that these are not little sand scratches or dust, road particles, and I'm hoping that either way we'll be able to test and see if I kind of got screwed. But it was $450. There were a few others that were for about $400, $430, but they were in San Francisco. I'm more in the East Bay, Brentwood, Antioch, Oakley area, so this was the closest one without having to drive double the distance. And this is pretty much exactly where I got my camera from last year. So I did consider, I'll get you guys a good angle right here. I did consider an A7S III, which hypothetically could be better for real estate video, but I have the FX3. I like the advantages that it has over some of the things that might be decent for real estate, the viewfinder most importantly. But FX3, I'm down for it. It's the camera I had. All right, here we go. It's upside down, but again, brand new FX3. I will though say about Abe's of Maine, it didn't appear, so I'll restate this. It looked like they only had one FX3 available. Like they didn't have multiple listings on their site. And the one that they did have was 3,000 bucks. So I thought they were just doing a good sale like they did last year. 3,300 last year. Maybe it's 3,000 this year. Prices went down a little. But no, because they will call you either same day or next day whenever you order something to confirm. And I knew that from last year. So I thought, okay, 3,000 bucks for an FX3, awesome. Now, they call me the next day and they say that the $3,000 one that I purchased is a international version that will take longer to ship to me, and it does not come with anything. It's only the body. Only the body, that's it. And then they said they had an American version, which came with everything, which is this one for the $36.95. But if you get it from anywhere else, B&H especially, at least I'm in California, you got to pay shipping and you got to pay tax. So they come out to about $4,100. So that's why they kind of not scammed me, but I thought I was going to get everything because they didn't say that in the listing, in the article that I bought it from. Said nothing about it. They didn't even have an American one posted. So they kind of got me with, $3,000 FX3, thought it would come with everything. And then they call you up and say it's an international version, body only. And then for, again, $3,700, you can get the American version. But you do get their 3-year warranty, which is cool. And yes, guys, I will be getting insurance. Don't worry. For what I do, I really don't plan on upgrading from the FX3. I'll probably get a B cam of an A7S III or an FX30. But I pretty much have everything I needed. Unfortunately, they did not. I ended up getting back my gimbal from, the stolen, which happened during the interaction. I still have my gimbal, which is a good, $450, $500 purchase. So, first up, oh, that's the camera. Top handle, awesome. So to also save up for this camera, I sold my old top handle from the FX3 that was stolen. So yeah, new top handle. I'm probably still gonna buy the extension, a small rig extension, but I don't use the top handle 95% of the time. So I'm cool with that. All right, anything at the bottom? No. I should get one charger, so battery charger. Boom. And I believe the battery is in the camera. All my cables. One tip, actually, you can buy, because as you know, if you use third-party batteries on an FX3 now with the update, they work, but it tells you it's third-party, and you won't be able to see the actual battery percentage. You kind of just got to guess. So you can actually, there's a bunch of people, like even you can get them from China, but they're still legit. I've checked them out, I've used them. You can get one of the Sony brand batteries. They might be a little different from the American version, depending on who's selling them. So you can get them used from America or like brand new from foreign. And they work just the same as the American Sony batteries for an FX3, A7S3. And they're 35 to 55 bucks a pop. So one time I spent like 150 bucks and I got a ton of batteries. So a lot of my batteries actually were stolen with the rest of my gear. Oh, never mind, here's the battery. But I do still have 3 batteries and this equals 4, so I am okay. And we have the Grail Sony FX3. Sweet. I mean, it is nice to have it feel brand new and everything. I got a Condor Blue cage for a really good price, and that was attached to my old FX3, so that's unfortunate. I also had 2 160 gigabyte CF Express Type A's, which were in the camera they stole. So I'm just gonna run V9. Actually, they stole my entire SD card case as well, I'm pretty sure. So I'm still gonna have to buy V90s, and then I just won't run, XAV CSI 4K. So let's see if there's any juice in this battery. There is not. Honestly, probably good that there isn't. But I will charge it up right behind me, which I can do. Yeah, so I had the FX3, so I'm gonna have to go through, do all my settings over. The video settings, I'm sure I'll be good for and remember them all. But I had what did I set it for? I set it for maybe it's the manual version. I had it set for HDR, I think that's what it is, for my real estate photography. So I had that all set up, which I had just figured out as well, because I do use this camera for photos. And so I'll just have to redo all that. I might actually have a small rig cage, so that's good. I might still have an extra one, but here we go. I mean, the 16 to 35, might as well plop it on. I did clean some of the stuff before, so hopefully there's no dust still in this lens that's gonna now get on the sensor. But there we go. I mean, most of my stuff has been filmed on FX3, so I'm glad we have this again. So let me go, I'll take you guys down to where my gear is stored, which is pretty messy right now. There we go, well let's take the cap off and see. All right, let's change some of this up. I have my own settings, but there's 800. Autofocus is working great. All right, well guys, that's I said that's the unboxing. Unless you want a settings video, you can let me know. But I have one setting for all my video, which is 60 FPS, 4K, and then we have the photo settings, which is for the HDR photography. 3 to 5 photos. I don't know if I do 5. I think I do 5 photos. I think I prefer that more than especially with a low megapixel camera. I'd rather have more than less. So, but it does work good for photos, which is good. Even real estate photos, and I've done terrible low light, but it's all in your editor. I've edited photos myself, tried it for the first time, spent an hour or two on it. I could not get it anywhere near to how my editor would, and so that's pretty much it. Looks like I'm gonna go over these settings, what mode I'm in, video mode. So that's just what I keep everything on, and then I think manual is my HDR photos. That's pretty much, or maybe should I set it up on recall camera setting? But that's pretty much what I do. I just do, I'll switch my, frames per second, whatever. So I'll set everything up for video here, and yeah, that'll be it then for photo.